to say, Alex, I am feeling pretty good. And unlike you, my voice didn't crack on the intro, so I'm feeling better now. I'm feeling much more confident. How are you, Henry?
Very well, in fact. I'm loving being back in the Lanxess Arena. What an amazing venue. And what a game to kick things off. Liquid obviously dropping off in the second half, but it was very exciting on the CD half. The problem is going into Nuke, they don't get to have that CD start they got on the first map. It's going to be Navi on that side. It's so difficult to predict this one. I feel bad for the guys on the desk. Obviously, we don't have any information, really. It's a map that's definitely in its infancy right now. We don't really know. It's developing almost every single game. Like, you remember we casted, I think it was G2 on it. They're showing each other how to do smokes in an official. It's kind of nuts in that respect, but we're going to see it more and more, I think, especially this kind of veto system. It's great for these underdog teams to throw it in there. They're feeling a little bit plucky, but we are going to get into this, ladies and gentlemen. Let's make some map. Let's make some noise for the second map. That'll work better.
We can make some maps too. If anyone wants to get some crayons out, you can probably draw one up. Who knows? Maybe it'll be in the next patch. But Liquid want to go to a third one. They want to go to Cobblestone, and they're going to have to do it starting now on the T side. And this map so far, despite the changes and the wraparound on Catwalk, still so far is CT side until teams establish a meta. Drop down through the vent so far is going to be one player, make it now two. Simple and Hiko with Bomb as they get in toward B. Guardian's going to try and watch out toward Heaven, potentially wrap back through Secret as JDM on the ramp. They've got both entrances covered off, and it's up to Na'Vi to make the play to get back in the site. Guardian taking JDM and seized on Simple, catching them out though aggressively before they can get there is going to create the opening as Hiko is in a 1 versus 4 at the back door. The decontamination room, the new addition. Remember, there used to be the toxic doors that would open in a similar regard, but this one is a much more narrow choke point. He tries to use it to his advantage, and they stare him down. They're going to grab the ramp.
Fast round there from Liquid, utilizing that spawn they had and going down the vent very quickly. It's great to get a bomb down, but you're not getting the numbers there, and you can see they tried to split from ramp as well, but C's is locking them in as he was started to rotate there. It was Liquid getting the plant, so that's good going forward. There definitely is the option to force in this round, but most teams will get the AKs out in the third. I'm sure that's what's going to happen here. You'll see Navi adjusting accordingly. They have quite a strong rifle setup here. It's actually going to be 4 of them and the UMP on the third. That basically just means they're anticipating these AKs coming out and they don't want to give anything away here. So no SMGs really want to make sure they can get a clean round this time and have all the utility to play with when we go to number 3. This round, pretty redundant. It's just a Liquid to try to get the bomb down at this point. You can see they've got a couple of PT-50s, smoke, flashbangs, just try and get out the squeaky door, see what happens. If it can cause enough carnage to get another plant down, maybe down the vents once again, that could be interesting.
Zeus up close to Squeaky. Just to touch on those vents, one of my favorite strategies that nothing from Cloud9 was very good at utilizing was smoking in through Squeaky, dropping through the first vent and popping back up in the second for an entrance on A. You can't do that anymore. I know that's just a side note, but it's one of the things that I used to find very clever to catch people like Zeus out in this position. He doesn't have to worry about as many angles. So that first smoke, they don't even get through. Bomb comes directly on the other side of it. Zeus now has full awareness of where it is. And exactly that. Hiko goes down and, oh, sorry, can't go back up the other side. So they can't use the teleportation entrance on the A site anymore. As Simple, PZ50 going to try and catch them off late. It's Edward that he's looking for, but can't find it as he closes it with the UMP. And Guardian, all 5 stay alive as he gets JDM.
Yeah, pretty clean round there for Navi. Didn't drop a single player, and that's exactly what they need. So you can keep the rifles up. The UMP is absolutely fine, as I described before, on Train, so they get the incendiary. He's very powerful on Nuke. Very tight choke points to the upper bomb site and towards Ramprom as well, so you can lock them out as soon as they start to execute. I'm going to suggest that Liquid will go for the outside play here, try and take advantage of the AK-47s they have. They have a Gillo on the hands of JDM as well, so he'll be joining in. But smoke's available. Nuke still played in a similar fashion to what it was before, like using the smokes outside to try and get towards Secret and see if you can get that first pick once you get towards lower bomb sites. And we'll see what kind of setup and Navi are bringing to the table here. It's really Flamey by himself towards the ramp room and Guardian challenging outside, but not just going to be smoked out, but they're setting up for set smokes here as Guardian does rotate as well. He's getting aggressive, just trying to get 1 kill before he can fall back.
Fall back in this position. It's easier said than done now with the new map changes because there's so many angles they can come at you from. That's easy to get on. Twinkie with a drop down. Simple finds seized, but Nitro, he nearly had to bail him out because he didn't know he was there. Good pickup by Zeus to take back onto Nitro, but 20 HP and Liquid trying to take full advantage of this outer position. And while they do so, watch Hiko to try and get clever. That kill onto Zeus is going to force the rotation back from Edward, and Hiko coming through lobby could try and catch him off. Simple just needs to buy space with the Liege down. Navi's done well to pull this back considering how it all started. Bomb, by the way, nice shot. Okay. Simple just destroys Flamey, but Bomb, by the way, was back toward T-Spawn. What an opening that's created.
Yeah, absolutely. Now it's up to Edward. He's only got that UMP in hand as well. There is 45 seconds, and this would be round over at this point. Nice positioning from Hiko. He gets everybody hunting for information that needed to make something happen. Have the surprise factor working in his favor. but it was an aggressive round from Navi at the start. They wanted to get that first pick. We saw Guardian maybe overextending a little bit too much for my liking. He did have backup to the side, but it was a terrorist capitalizing in pretty much all the duels at that point. And that great shot from Simple as well to take down Flamey. That's what sealed the deal. And it's going to be 2-1. Liquid pull one back after getting the bomb down in the pistol rounds. We saw Elise drop off in the second half after performing so well on the CT side of Train. We're hoping he can deliver a similar performance now because they're going to need him to step up. They're going to have any chance of taking the second map. But a strong start here. Now they still have residual cash left over. They've got 3 M4s of Famus. Zeus the M4A4 in hand as well. But they're lacking grenades. Like I said, utility very important on Nuke. You need those smokes to lock out those tight choke points and flashback, and it's going to be another outside play here. Guardian to challenge once again.
Interesting thing to note that's often talked about in the metagame of Nuke, and as was the case on the former iteration of the map as well, is just the ability to blow out the skylights above A so that you can utilize them later. It doesn't give away nades, but if you do it every single round, it also doesn't give away the fact that you're not going there.
Exactly.
So I'd like to see a little bit more of that from Team Liquid, but Flamey and Guardian right now both at the outer position. Guardian's had to give up a lot of ground to Big Garage. And it's the secondary roof they'll play from. This changes again, having that whole position in a different proposition as Guardian pops back out. It's Nitro. Oh, he's still alive. He only pulls his back somehow. Guardian, he's got to switch to the pistol. He's made this far too awkward for himself as Flamey falls to Elige. He's stuck in the middle of nowhere, and Nitro, he'll bury him in that position.
That was a guaranteed kill. He could have waited and knifed him if he wanted to. Sprays the M4 in his back and just gets nothing for it. He's going to be reacting though. He does find a kill towards lobby, but it's simple. Great positioning there. Gives him the man advantage. 2 so in fact. It's going to be a 4-on-2. Zeus waiting in vents.
Zeus has to time this perfectly if he wanted to walk up. Simple and Nitro, he doesn't go for it. Both extremely low on HP, but he's in a 1 versus 3 still.
Certainly hasn't been the prettiest CS so far. Been a bit of a brawl in these gun rounds, but it's going to be Zeus in the 3 versus 1. Simple and Nitro low HP as well, but they will plant the bomb. This round is pretty much over. You can see he's got a flash, no kit. It'd be a crazy prospect to try and go for this one. I think saving the M4 so the next round is going to be the best case scenario for him. Looks like that's exactly what he'll be doing, but yeah, Liquid favouring the outside area. There is a lot of new positions now for the CTs to utilise out there, and that's why it's very difficult to actually get those first picks. So you will see the same sort of smoke we saw in the previous iteration of Nuke. So smokes go down, work together, splitting from Twinkie and below as well, and you try and trade frags effectively in that manner.
The one smoke, and obviously Anders did a crazy Theorycraft video where you could put an entire wall of smoke down Catwalk, but the one smoke I find to be very, very important is the one that screamed through on G2, where it lands on the very back corner of the Catwalk wraparound. Because it covers off Big Garage, you can't see Twinkie, you can get in a better position. It forces them almost to have to play secret to see you if you come over top of that Twinkie position. So we haven't seen that thrown yet, but it is, I think, a smoke that all teams are going to implement as the meta continues to develop on this map.
So far, Liquid have focus on that outside area, nothing towards ramp or upper. It's going to be money in a very tight situation for Navi here. They did save the M4A4, that's in the hands of Zeus, but it doesn't look like they'll be forcing into this one. It's Liquid coming to life now on the second map of this best of 3. And you can see JDM, he's trying to get that AWP, so he keeps his money about 2k, only investing in the UMP this round, trying to farm some cash as he gets $600 per kill for that weapon. We want to see him get on that AWP, but we'll see if now he can do anything with this saved M4. Right now, the objective here, like obviously there's such a huge advantage with the rifles outside. That's going to be the go-to area every single time in the anti-ecos. You don't want to go into those tight choke points. Going out towards ramp would be suicide. There's so many boosts and little tight positions. And okay, with the USP, they do find 2. It is on back pretty quickly. I thought this round would be pretty clean cut, especially towards that outside area. But now 3-on-3, but Simple should get this kill pretty comfortably.
Problem is, thankfully does so and addresses it quick enough that he won't be peeked out because Zeus wasn't in mini anymore. He went back in the site. He could have popped out and tried to shoot up through. It's hard to penetrate through that Catwalk, but could have tried to catch out Simple. JDM will recover the bomb. They still have the man advantage. But that M4 still up in the hands of Zeus. He's wrapped around to try and utilize Secret to hopefully catch them off if they've already pushed beyond him at the outer position. Simple's going back in that direction, and Zeus is going to spot him, so it does pay off for that rotation, but bomb with JDM. Heading back to join Hiko at lobby.
Yeah, you can see the CT's actually sticking together towards Secret as well. They're trying to salvage that weapon they've just dropped from the hands of Simple, so if they can get that AK, they've got a real chance here, as it's going to be Liquid going towards ramp this time. It's going to be safe for now, and they probably will go towards the lower bomb. So once that bomb's down towards lower, it'll be interesting to see what the CT's going to do to get back into this. You can see they're kind of thinking it might be an upper play. Sticking together once again, making sure they can trade, but bomb will go down. 20 seconds remaining.
The one vent to cover. The decontamination door, office and toxic checked. Hiko goes hunting, but they are close. It's fast rotations on this map still. Hiko finds Zeus. That's going to start it off well. They're going to stack up together on the Liquid side, so they have the trade potential against Edward. Seeing the Molotov thrown, though, he knows they're back towards decontamination and back through the vent. He needs to be careful when to blow it out. Does. Spotted the gun barrel, did Team Liquid. But Edward's trying to make this work with no kit, no armor.
Yeah, he's going to get out soon.
Perhaps an homage to his teammate. He's carrying a Zeus as well, for whatever it's worth.
We've seen that quite a lot this major, actually. People are starting to realise that on the ecos, it's might be more valuable in close range situations than, say, a P250. We need the double dink. It can be a one-shot kill, pick up a cheeky AK. We've seen it actually come into the meta quite a lot. Oh, okay, not a lot. We've seen it like 3 or 4 kills, I think, but still an interesting idea. As it will be Edward saving the AK. Actually, a pretty tough round for Liquid there. It's the USPs that open things up. Like I said, outside is normally pretty safe bet against a full eco team on the CT side, but there's Navi doing some damage to the economy, which is starting to rise for Liquid now. You can see 7k on Simple before he purchases into this round. Maybe we'll see an AWP come in. Seas could drop one over if he wanted to, but it'll be a very tight buy here. It's Guardian, that's obviously when he really gets rolling. When he gets to up outside, that position comes a lot stronger for them. Liquid now currently in the lead, 3-2. JDM, AWP, I think will be more of the same. Get him up towards Twinkie and see if he can get that first pick.
Aside from the pistol, very little activity toward the ramp room so far from Liquid as well. Again, they're going to put pressure outside. Guardian M4 inside the site with Zeus, but Edwards boosted above ramp entrance and seized Flamey are starting to probe through into the lobby position, so they'll get information early. Hiko again has been the one from Liquid to sit back, wait, and get that read for Liquid in turn as JDM stares at the stairwell at Secret to see if anyone's going to pop up late and take advantage of outside.
Yeah, very slow round, but Ev once again focusing towards that outside area. The bomb will be there as well. Hiko just holding the flanks, flashing his teammate in. They do put the smokes down. They're seeing what the reaction is right now as they stick together and slowly dissect the outside area. Looking to go towards Secret by the looks of things here. CTs are giving in. They're going to allow them to have outside. Not challenging at all. They've been quite aggressive in that area so far, but this time don't really have much to work with. Only 2 smokes remaining, and Nitro will be leading the charge towards the lower bomb size.
Lots of little indications that the teams aren't 100% comfortable so far on this map as well. You can tell they just aren't playing the same mentality of using position instead. It's this works, let's keep doing it. Smokes it out are very simple procedures. And it is going to be a pick from Guardian to shut down Nitro. Information that there's 2 more there. Zeus goes for the reload. As he sees to step up and fight 2. He'll get Simple. Lee's trapped in between 2. He's going to get 1, but Flamey's the second man, and he comes back out from the vent.
So Liquid there, great approach to the map. It's pretty standard. Like Yanka was saying, like the actual approach to the map hasn't really developed so much, and it's not really that much different than the old iteration. Those same smokes go towards outside. You get control of Seeker, you stick together, and you're trying to find the frags there. It was Navi that actually sacrificed outside completely. They allowed them to have it, and that was absolutely fine. And this backstab from Seized.
Yeah, very well done.
We actually didn't catch that. That was actually kind of sick. The fact you can get there. And obviously that jump's a lot easier now. It's not as crazy to see, but still a strong round from him. Good flanks. But it's 3-3. Navi now definitely getting their cash in a better situation. It's going to be Liquid. Got on the force spike, getting some tech 9s and some smokes as well. That probably suggests a similar sort of play. Smokes towards outside. They'll probably go a lot faster towards Secret this time. He's trying to surprise. Zeus was waiting there before. Yeah, here we go. Setting themselves up for the... Could do a fake, I guess. They could do all the smokes and rush towards ramp. The idea to bait the secondary ramp player and leave potentially Edward by himself. It's going to be Flamey this time.
Even just the time it takes to line up some of these smokes shows you that they're very... It's not automatic. It's not second nature as it would be on something like Mirage to throw something over top of A.
It needs a lot of work still. We're seeing it more and more, but teams definitely not comfortable.
It's Guardian outside at Edward and Zeus in front of him to find kills first, and that's going to drop bomb. Liquid may have found 3 gun rounds, but Navi is struck back with 2 more after getting the opening pistol to take back the lead at 4-3. But money's still up for Liquid's side, which is a huge bonus right now.
Indeed, and you can see they've got 6k on Hiko, so there's a possibility here. It hasn't really done too much for JDM, but we'll see as he purchases it once again, and Hiko does chuck it over to him. Interesting, though, the Guardian hasn't picked up the AWP at all yet. There is an opportunity, I guess. They've had pretty clean rounds so far, so they want to keep their money nice and strong. It is working to an extent, and they dropped 3 rounds so far. We are still in quite early stages of the first half here on Nuke. And it's interesting to see what kind of play you can actually bring towards the table this season. I haven't seen anything too crazy in terms of the aggression towards ramp. In older versions of the map as well, you can be pushing out with flashbangs and going hunting for information. But the door has been shot out now on JDM. Seeing if there's any opportunities here with the AWP, if anyone will give him an inch.
The is going to slowly get out in position. Zeus, he nearly gets caught off by JDM, who therefore jumps immediately back into the safety of lobby. Edward, the one above this time on rafters. But it's back toward outer, back toward basics right now for Liquid.
Yeah. It seems like that's their bread and butter. Get that outside control, push the CTs back and see what they can do at that point. But time ticking away now. They haven't found that pick, and Guardian's playing very passively indeed. He's actually in the garage area, just trying to listen out, see if anyone will cross towards main entrance. Oh, easy frags coming up for him.
Zeus is just waiting for the opportunity. He knows they're in many spots. Elijah's feet depletes a lot of ammo, trying to kill him with just those feet showing, and Elijah's just jumping a dance. Okay. Just across those feet so he doesn't get shot, but this is suddenly turning. Hiko finding 2, and Simple, good play. Tide finds Flamey rotating back at Guardian, left against 3. He has found JDM to start it, but Simple, only 5 HP, it doesn't even matter. Hiko's got the kill, it's Liquid to strike back, and now the reset potential comes in against 3 rounds, but having 1-2 efficiently, there's still decent money on Navi's side.
Well, this is where the AWP comes out as well, but that was a decent round from Liquid. It looked like Navi had it tied up. Guardian, like, great position towards the garage area. 2 players walk in front of him, maybe showing he's not really quite warmed up with the rifles just yet. Had an opportunity for 2 clean kills. It's a spray, it was scrappy, but it did get there in the end. But it was Simple, great positioning there. Using that catwalk area, that was a funny moment. Using that catwalk area, as soon as his teammates are showing all that aggro towards the main entrance, he comes in and cleans up in the back. But the AWP is out now. Let's see what Guardian can bring to the table as he goes into towards main entrance. Oh, I thought he was going to go for the wall bang, but it's going to be, once again, another default coming in for Liquid. No fast plays as of yet, nothing like rushing towards upper or ramp. They haven't actually gone for any ramp control, which is interesting. It's one of those positions on the map, very similar to, let's say, middle on Cash or long on Dust 2. It's a portal to the map. Once you have control of ramp room, obviously you have access to both bomb site, and the CTs don't really know what's going on at that point.
So again, those 2 smokes at outer. So far, we haven't seen Liquid throw the one up toward the corner of Cat, as Nitro is already inside of Secret, fully committing to it this time. Last time they did so, they got confronted by Seized and Zeus, one of which is already in the decontamination stairwell, watching the cross point from Liquid as Guardian. AWP, he won't see them crossing over due to those smokes, and he's already allowed the bypass of 2, so it is going to be on Zeus to slow this. And he's got other thoughts right now, perhaps on different information relayed from his teammates to look at A instead.
Oh yeah, there it is. Simple trying to show his hand towards the ramp room. It's going to be Flamey shutting him down pretty easily there. Most of his teammates are pretty focused towards outside. They were down towards Secret, but changing their mind now as they opt towards main entrance. Haven't got much left in terms of utility, so there's 1 smoke and a Molotov available. They have to go for raw firepower here.
Zeus knows that they were once there and have fallen back, and he's taking advantage of this, coming up Secret right now. His timing, Elise just gets around the corner. No, he doesn't. He gets him down, but it's Guardian in the site that has to come large with the AWP up close. He gets 1, but falls immediately after a JDM. AWP 1 versus 3 is completely surrounded. He gets 1, but Flamey's there to trade it from heaven.
Like I said, Liquid, you can tell that they are versed on the map, but the depth so far hasn't been too impressive. They can get control of Secret. They can do that fine. They can get that uncontested almost. So they take the vision away from the CTs. That's great. But once they get into Secret, that's when they're like, okay, well, what do we do now? No one's actually showing towards these areas, and we're struggling quite tremendously when you get that opportunity.
It's very clear there isn't a developed default. Again, I mentioned the skylights, just little things like that teams do to push the CTs back, to try and get map control. Right now, like you said, it's just going outer and then no plan once they get there. Even Hiko, who's lurking in lobby, hasn't left that position. He doesn't have the confidence to go at ramp. We haven't seen him go there once. And even he's hesitating to push through and try and pinch with his teammates. It is still a very young team on this map. Young for everyone in that regard.
Oh, absolutely. Well, it's going to be an eco this time from Liquid. They only have Glocks, PT-50s, and a Deagle. They're going to be sticking together outside once again, get on the back steps, and let's see what we can do here. And without the firepower, I'm not sure it's going to work out too well for them. They're just going to have to run around the corners and hope for the best as Guardian is looking towards outside. It's going to be Edward, though, with first contact as Flame goes back to the ramp room.
Zeus, Edward setting it up. Hiko finding 1 kill only, and Simple goes down. Zeus with a great round. Takes 3 to hold B. Different iteration of that smoke I talked about on Catwalk, thrown by Liquid this time. It lands on the blue box beside Big Garage, which does still cover off the Opper, but it gives vision from anyone in the mouth of the garage still looking at Twinkie. So interesting to see different versions of things also being developed.
6-4 now. Navi really are starting to dig their heels and looking much more confident. As soon as Guardian got their AWP, he's holding towards outside. They're allowing them to have it. That's not a problem. They can get get information. Okay, we've taken vision away here. It's dangerous to push through these smokes. Let's just readjust ourselves with Zeus, who's playing very well towards that lower area. He's actually just jetting, not overcommitting. He gets the information, gets a dink off or two, and then falls back and waits for rotations to come in, and Liquid can't really do anything about it. So they have a first kill coming in. That's an audacious play from Edward. Looking for the second here. He gets it as well. Zeus chiming in. 5 on 2. That's round over. And so they desperately try to make something happen in main.
And Navi starting to look more and more confident on the map as well. They've got a read on what Liquid have been doing towards Secret, and Edward finally getting some aggression toward Lobby as well. It's JDM. Just the P250 to try and make something of this.
Yeah, I don't think much is going to happen unless the bomb's gone down. Edward looking for more here, and he does spot him, and it's going to be damage exchange, but Edward coming out on top. 7-4 now, as we do have money available for Liquid. The AWP hasn't been too effective for me, but the problem is JDM without an AWP is, like the guys explaining at the desk, he's not super effective with anything else, so it's almost a waste of a player not to give him the AWP and see what he can do, but they're not really finding those picks right now. It's the CTs that are giving them, allowing them to have control of outside, and I think they almost want them to face them. They want to have the opportunity to get those picks, it's not coming. There's a change of setup for Navi, but there it is, 5 AK, so they could have got the AWP. I think they're kind of changing the game plan now. Maybe go for something up towards upper, some flashbangs, some set pieces towards those through the skylights as you described, and see whether they can get some control of that area. So far, the bomb's not really getting planted. I think the only defuse we've had so far is in the first round. Such situations haven't been they've been few and far between, and here it comes. It looks like something they've got up their sleeve. JDM lining up smokes and flashes, and Molotovs going towards upper, so they are changing the approach this time.
Wallbang's getting desperately close to Flamey. Smokes out. Zeus trying to wait inside them. He's trying to play this right. Very limited movement inside of that vent position. Hiko's going to bypass. He'll have heard that, but doesn't act on it yet. In fact, this is quite good. As you say, Henry, you could be the snake in the grass right now, because inside the site, sure, they get a bomb plant, but he still has great position. Catches JDM, looks for another one. It's Hiko to find. It's worked out perfectly for him. He's still limited by the flames. And as such, it's Hiko, or rather, excuse me, Elysian Simple that will pull back. Finally, Zeus can leave that position. He walks through the smoke, but Elise with a snapshot back will find him.
Finally, some good news there for Liquid. Standard defaults have not really been working out for them, as we described before. They go for the set piece towards the upper bomb site. It's the Molotovs that are so effective in those situations. You can drop them in all the key areas, especially on the rafters as well. That forces the CTs out of position. The flashbangs coming in time as well. It's Simple that knows the teammates. Well, he knows where the CT can't be. That's the good news information about that play coming in. He gets the kills as he comes out towards Hut. Elise hitting some great shots as well. Zeus definitely made that interesting. Like you said, it's hiding behind that smoke in the fire, but he can't do enough about it. It's Elise with this lovely shot at the end. The flick 180, bang. Takes him down, and they can find that 5th round. Money's still strong for Navi, though. They get the AWP once again in the hands of Guardian, and I think that's the play to go with Liquid, is actually go for the plays where you're actually going to be forcing CDs out of position. Instead of sticking together trying to find a pick, let's actually be a little bit more methodical, and here we go, they're trying it once again. That same Molotov in the hand of JDM.
So that's the version of the smoke that they throw, but as you can see, Guardian still has vision of Twinkie from it. And he's going to try to push out and utilize that. The second smoke on the left means this is pretty much the only pick he'll be able to find right now. And they are getting past that red crate slope. So Seized, desperate to find one. Nitro, that's insane. It's the silenced M4. There's no tracers. He just absolutely figures it out on sound alone. Echolocation. What a shot from Nitro.
That's nuts. Well, 5 on 4. And it's going to be the second kill coming from him as well. That same Molotov use, trying to forward it. Edward out of position, but he gets 2 kills in return. 3 on 2 now. Bomb will be planted. CT's at a very difficult retake, considering Guardian has the AWP as well.
Very important trade from Simple. He gets another one, but Guardian, as you say, the AWP finally rolling. 1 versus 1. JDM versus Guardian. The 2 AWP players both holding rifles, and it's JDM that's going to hold the round. Liquid will pick up 6 on the T side.
Wow, it's Guardian rotating in from heaven. I said he would probably be a little bit limited there. Getting up the ladder, that's the problem, but he finds 2 kills, and Liquid get their 6th round on the board as well. We'll have a look at the money for Navi coming in. They can just about squeeze something out here. I think they've got an AWP in the hand and 1 M4. It's going to be pistols and remaining players. I think it's going to be in the hands of Zeus for now, so he needs to go a little bit. This is the play. How? Okay.
So sick.
Right then. Maybe more luck than skill, but still, they all count. And it's going to be Guardian with that AWP in hand. I think he needs to go for this first pick a bit more actively this time. He can't sit back. They're limited in terms of what they have available. So he'll go towards main entrance, but it doesn't matter. Simple had a great half so far. He takes on Seized. And it's going to be the 5 on 4 now, as Liquid do start to show their efforts towards outside.
Jump shot towards Guardian as he tries to jump away. Rather, it's a tag onto him, though. 21 HP. Seized, already gone, and Liquid pursuing aggressively to take advantage of that, to keep the CTs well contained, with Nitro already down in secret, leading the way with the MP7.
Yeah, you can see they weren't anticipating this force buy from Navi, but the MP7 is still very effective in this close-range scenario. But that crossfire, though, Edward takes down Nitro. 4-on-4, they have managed to claw one back here, but Guardian very low HP, still aggressive, hunting for the next kill here. Seeing if anything works out towards Heart.
They'll have heard that flash tag him, so they'll walk in, they know Guardian's there. So Simple takes advantage of it. Still, though, they've got to find out where the 3 remaining players are. They definitely are not in the A site, they've discovered, so bomb plants go down. No one watching Heaven, oddly enough. Hiko's not necessarily peeking it to cover the planter, but they get it there nonetheless, and JDM finding Zeus. It's just Flamey and Edward, who has an M4 and a kit, but they don't have money, so very likely that they're just going to save this for round 15.
I would say that's absolutely the case. You can see the loss bonus will only be at 3rd stage next round. The money is completely in tatters here. So save the M4. Flamey's got head armor as well. He can try and save that, see if he can get an AK as he makes his way towards outside. But very effective round from Liquid. That could cost them another one as well, because that means we know Navi's going to be very weak into the next round. They could actually end up winning this half. It's when they stopped doing the standard towards outside. It kind of changed things up and made it uncomfortable. It seems like Simple's very efficient on this map, finding those opening kills time and time again. They're throwing him into bomb sites first as well after they do the set pieces. He's making things happen, and once a bomb gets planted as well, JDM stepping on that clutch with that AK-47. He didn't think that was going to be the case, but still, he had a great series on train in the first half especially. Simple with 15 kills right now.
One thing to note, just as Simple, yes, is firing on all cylinders, is in that lower position when we saw Nitro go down into secret. They've run into that crossfire a few times, so it would be interesting to see what the addition of a Molotov or a smoke would do to push one of the 2 players on Na'Vi back, because they have actually won that exchange regardless of weaponry every single time they've gone there.
Yeah, it seems that that's a real problem for them. They're not really sure how to approach that situation. It's a little bit of a mystery to them so far, but we go into the final round of the first half here. The money isn't great for the CDs as I described. It's a UMP of Famus. Zeus just with that 5-7, and T's, they know how low they are. They're going to be playing on full default at this point. Just checking through. You can blow the hole in that door, obviously, and see if you can get information like that instead of Hiko throwing the grenade in. Completely busted it, and Zeus now in a difficult position, but he will get flashed in by his teammates.
There's one thing about the door. If you open it, it gives an opportunity to them to take advantage as well, but the flash doesn't connect, and Hiko does take down Zeus when he pushes. Zeus was the one with the pistols, so it's the rifles left, complemented by 1 UMP on Guardian, who is on top of Hut. This position, keep in mind when we swap over, Hiko might end up playing that shotgun that he loves to do so much.
That's definitely happening.
As he jumps down, though, Guardian get one. That's Edward to follow it up. They take the man advantage back away. 10 HP. Watch for the flames. Guardian, if we've learned anything from Summit, it's that those are very hot and not recommended to walk through. As JDM tries to get a shot through the window, it's Guardian and Nitro. It's all on JDM. 1 versus 4. He will find the first, but it's such a tough angle to walk into the elevation. It's not just left and right, it's up and down, but he has to look with the AWP, and up it was down. It's Edward that'll get him from the floor.
Yeah, you can see the Navi are adjusting their setup. They felt the pain of those Molotovs coming to water after there. They're concentrating on the bomb site floor this time and having the crossfires in that manner, and actually dodging the flashbangs and using the bomb site to give them a bit more cover. So that works a lot better, and it's actually the force buy that works out for them. They end up winning the half here. It was just a few pistols and an M4 that was available, but it's enough. 8-7 in the first half, and like you said, that auto shotgun with Hiko, it's one of the few maps you ever see it happen, but it can be very effective for close range.
It can be very effective for close range.
He'll use it all half as well sometimes. If he starts rolling with it, he'll be more
so long as outside is covered off, because if he has to rotate with it, that becomes the issue. That said, it is 8-7 at the end of the first half. Second map, Na'Vi is up 1. Liquid have a good T-side start, though, on Nuke. We'll see if they have anything going for them on CT when we come back after the break. dropped down, blinded up, but did spot seized eventually, and he did have an excellent half. 15 kills for him. Liquid started, what a shot that was as well, with a lot of outside aggression and then changed it up late to pull themselves back into it. 8-7 at the end of the first half.
Yeah, it all came down to simple, really. Like the rounds they were struggling, he was getting great rotations, great entrance kills as well, and that flank towards the heaven area as well. Very effective stuff from him. It was interesting. One thing I really noted about that game, they didn't really use the ramp room at all as a T side. Like I was describing, at least in previous iterations of the map, it was like the objective was to try and get ramp first on Nuke. You wanted to actually get that position, push the CTs back, and it's quite limiting for them at that point. You've taken some real prime real estate. They're focusing so hard towards outside. It's obviously, we just said the map's still in its infancy. Teams are still filling it out. They found the formulas that work, and the little time they had to practice it. So outside and then a couple of set pieces towards upper. Not many rushes from Liquid either. They had quite a firm game plan they wanted to try there, but like we said, once it got down to secret, they were struggling with those crossfires and Navi. But it definitely is a CT-sided map, and well, right now I think in the future it's going to be a T-sided once the teams fix the issues we're talking about. But Liquid now move on to the favored side right now, and it's going to be 3 sets of armor and 5-7 for Hiko. That's a very nice little close range weapon. Could be pretty deadly. Let's see how it works out. As 4 sets of armor for Navi and 1 smoke as well.
Edward there. Okay, so already we're seeing them bust out those skylights. He does have a smoke flash Zeus to try and take advantage of. But he's already pushed towards Squeaky. There you go. You can hear the glass getting broken away. So interesting to see how that plays effective. Navi take advantage of it throughout. He goes trying to stare through that small hole in the door. He knows Zeus is back there, but doesn't land the shot. Second try. Instead, changes the angle. Boxes on top of Hut. Headshot box for Nitro. Already it changed entirely as Navi's going to put pressure on this ramp room. The exact opposite of what we saw from Liquid, although they did try and go for a split through it on their pistol. Nitro smartly gets away. Efficiency is key. Gets down into the sight spot. Zeus through vent. That's 1 kill. Now they know where he is. Toxic beside him, but he can't get through the window just yet. They're overlooking him. They're distracted. Nitro's able to get a full reload in after the 2 and get through the door. Flamey and Edward find responses, but Nitro gets another onto Edward, and he's going to close it. What a brilliant round. So smart to get away from ramp.
4 kills for Nitro. That's the thing with Rampam. You can't stay and challenge that point, especially if you're playing there solo. You don't have the firepower to really challenge. If you had an M4, maybe go for the full spray down. He gets the initial information, goes down to the lower side, and that's when you really need to position yourself well and give yourself exit strategies. He had exactly that, holding that tight corner, getting into the toxic room as well. 4 kills, very nice stuff. It's got Liquid back into this one. It's 8-8 now, and it's going to be a force buy from Navi. No bomb planted, so it's going to be Desert Eagles instead of the usual Tech 9s. Obviously, it's a very long-range map. They're trying to see if they can work these first kills, but there it is from Hiko. The auto shotgun, nice and early. We like to see it, and let's see if he can make it sing as we're going to round number 17.
And already right now, outside, Navi are grouped around the corner. JDM's tagged up. Zeus has done the equal amount of damage to Edward and to Flamey. So we may not be getting these kills, but this is massive. As they can mop these up, he hopes for the chance Nade to do more. Guardian now on 19 as well. Everyone in 1 bullet range. But 1 bullet goes the other way from Edward and Guardian to take down Simple and JDM. Elige flank. Yes, it's an MP9. But again, as mentioned, HP so low. 2 kills already. He's building it up. That's the high HP player. He finds him as well from a distance. Elige. He had some moments on train that were highlight worthy. He's trying to pick up another potential ace here as he has 3. He's down to 1 HP though, so likely not going to hunt this down. And actually, I take that back because there's only 1 left. He's got 3. That's not possible, Henry. That's not how math works.
It's going to be Guardian remaining. He's got the scouts, and like you said, it was JDM. He didn't actually get a kill this round, but he actually laid all the foundations for a lead. That nice flank coming in from Twinkie is actually quite low HP players, and that's perfect considering he had the MP9. So he managed to get 3 kills, and Guardian, it should be dealt with momentarily. At this point, it's ideally if he can save the scout. I'd say it's almost impossible to win the round at this stage. So he's going to have 19 HP towards that garage area, but it doesn't look like he's done quite yet. As Nitro will be taking him down. A bit of a nothing play there towards the end, but they'll be taking the lead. This will be a full eco now for Navi. They managed to get the first couple of kills there, but no bomb planted once again. Means they have to be a little bit more patient and take this one on the chin. I'd like to see like some sort of rush here. You know it's quite standard for 1 player towards the ramp room. Let's try and get him towards there, but it's such a tight choke point, especially when you have no armor as well. The HE grenades can absolutely wreck you as you come out, so need to be careful. Nothing really purchased, a couple of PT-50s, no smokes, no flashes. This is just an opportunity to try and plant the bomb. If you can have enough distraction maybe towards outside, you try and sneak someone down the vents as everyone's looking towards that area, that's an option, but very difficult to get out this area. There it is, straight on the vent, but okay.
Works anyway. That new sound. Just keep clicking. It'll eventually get something. Zeus alive, desperate to get back to his team, who's already dropped down inside bit lower. Bomb planted, though. So something to work with for Na'Vi. That's a decent
So they won
amount of money, exactly. Mission accomplished.
Yeah, they only spent $600 that round, 2 PT50s, and they managed to get a bonus $800 per player, regardless of you win the round for that bomb going down. So 10-8 now is where things get interesting. Guardian on the AWP, and he actually needed that bomb plant to actually help him actually in this round. He's not glass cannon, he's got body armor. And we'll see if he can do anything about this, as JDM will be challenging him as well. Still, of course, Eco, like I said, into those gun rounds with the auto shotgun himself. And do you remember Liquid on their CT side on Train? Super aggressive every single round, pushing for those kills. Be interesting to see if they can employ that kind of methodology going into this one. It's JDM taking the auto ramp, in fact. So, like I said, there's opportunities to actually push into that and go for that first kill. Just going to be holding the triangle for now.
Yeah, it's old school, old nuke style with AWP on ramp. Guardian with his AWP is in behind Squeaky. Hiko jumping down, dropping down rather from the boxes. It's waiting. I just want to see that gun go off, go insane in that position, don't you? Show us why it's so effective in this position. But JDM does go down to Guardian this time, who changes his attention back that direction. JDM, has to be said, look where he's head all the way to radio. I mean, that's very aggressive with the AWP.
He knows he has to do a little bit of work here, so he pushed forward and does get punished for it. That slow style of Na'Vi, we talk about it all the time. That didn't really work out on Train, as Liquid and the CT side especially just completely wrecking them. But it's going to be simple, fighting back here towards outside. Seas does get him in return now. 4-on-3, Elise rotates towards Secret, hoping he can shut them down, but he's got Seas coming for him.
Liege, smoke out to delay. He's going to play from control rather than decontamination stairwell. And that's the other reason, by the way, that crossfire is so effective. There's 2 stairwells, which means 2 headshot that you can control from a CT side that didn't exist before behind events, as Edward takes down Hiko. That shotgun slightly out of range, but Nitro and Elise, there we go. 1-2 again, pull this back. It's them that remain against the 2 Na'Vi players in Zeus and Guardian, who have now planted the bomb. And Zeus, traditional in behind box, going to just be in a position to pop up for Heaven, and also looks toward Mini, where Guardian has spotted Elise's shoulder. A good shot as well. Attention shifts to try and find the second player, Nitro. Flash comes up, he does see him, Zeus, but he has to dodge the flash, and as he goes back out hunting, well, Guardian's waiting.
Yeah, Zeus just has to hide at that point. He knows Nitro can't really do anything about that. He's actually towards Heaven, and the AWP takes him down. Guardian now hits 17 frags. He's opening up the map for them. It was JDM that went aggressive towards ramp. We didn't really see any of that from the CTs on Na'Vi. Actually, we're just holding back, not pull passive style, but JDM does try to open things up himself, gets punished for it, and at that point, Guardian finds 2 more. It's going to be 10-9 now. Liquid's still in the lead, but money's starting to dwindle. It's going to be the AWP in the hands of JDM. This will be the round that breaks them if they were to lose it. Hiko once again with that auto shotgun. We go to round number 20. We'll see whether Guardian goes for a similar sort of pick, as he actually opens Squeaky door here through the fire.
And he likes to open it himself rather than try and bust it out with damage. A lot of teams actually just used to use a nade. It seems like a big expense, but take it completely out.
To actually get it in effectively, but it's that could be a very viable rush option in the previous iteration. You could nade the door, flash out with it, and split between the huts, but it's not as effective anymore.
So JDM on the AWP, watching out at Twinkie. He's in the exact position right now where that smoke on the corner of Catwalk would take away his vision back behind Big Garage, and they're putting the smokes out instead towards Simple, who waits at Secret Flame. He's flying, splashed, a well-timed flashed, and a good peek from Simple, but Guardian does get JDM. The op battle starting to favor Guardian on this map, unlike Train. And it's a man advantage to work with for Liquid still. Seas goes down. Nitro, smoke out, trying to buy space in radio room. That's where Guardian and Zeus both are. Again, already we're seeing more pressure on that side of the map from Na'Vi.
Look at Edward, though. He's got it all the way in the back here. The CTs aren't aware right now. You can see Simple, and he's going to be waiting on the other side, but it's Edward. He's the one who needs to make something happen here. If he can get in behind this ramp room position and find the remaining CT in that area, execution. Takes out Nitro. Now it's a 3-on-3.
Nitro never saw it coming. Poor guy. It's 3-on-3 bomb going lower. Edward with it. Hiko. Simple goes down in control. That's big. Hiko's just rotating over again as the shotgun on rotation. He's got to try and get it close up. And Elise in the flame. He's got one in the smoke, though. The bomb goes down. He's on 5. There it is from Hiko. Headshot. Bye-bye, Edward. It's on the Guardian. AWP, low HP on Elise, but a missed shot. Is that the window of opportunity to push through. Elijah's is getting closer. He's rebolted the weapon, though, and he's still looking. Hiko, he misses again. Guardian, these are uncharacteristics, but he's buying time, and they are on the defuse. Now they will be, as Elijah will take down Guardian.
A tense round there. You would thought Guardian would have hit one of those shots, but 3 misses costs him the opportunity, and it's Liquid. It was tight, but that kill from Hiko coming in, that was what settled it for me. The 2 versus 1 was actually possible at that stage, and they had to smoke as well, and surprisingly didn't smoke directly on the bomb and go for the defuse when it was misthrown. I'm not sure, but it'll be 11-9, and the money has been somewhat broken for Navi. It looks like they are forcing regardless. It's going to be no nades and 2 players on pistols, I believe. So they've got 2 AKs, a Galil, a Tech 9, and a PD-50. This, to me, suggests you need a much faster round at this stage. PDB actually getting into the bomb site nice and quickly, surprising them. Haven't really got much to work with in terms of utility, but MP9 in the hands of Elige, that could be a little bit of a struggle. And an MP7 for Nitro as well. They're predicting this is pretty much full eco. And this could be part of the fast attack, and Seas gets the first 2 kills.
Big play. This call, Simple needs to pull this back while it's off beside him. He's got to get the shot and get away and make the decision quick in doing so. 6 HP, another second longer. He was gone. Good entrance from JDM to get 1, but 2 peeking. Seized is there to take him back, and it's all Nitro that has to be aggressive on this. Simple needs to play off his information with this HP.
Yeah, well, they have no kits available, and it's an MP7 in the hands of Nitro. That's what cost them this round, in my opinion. This didn't have the firepower to work with. They tried to farm some cash and try to keep themselves conservative, but that's why the force buys can be so effective sometimes. Liquid reading too much into the situation and assumed there wouldn't be much to work with, but it's going to be the round going in favor of Navi. 3 of them left alive, and the Glennell and AK in the hands of Seas. It's Simple saving the AWP. He actually did what he could from heaven. He was burning alive in the Molotov, standing in it, trying to find the headshots. Only found 1 kill, and it wasn't enough, and that's exactly as I kind of predicted. That's a fast play where you don't have much to work with. You don't have the utility to do those outside smokes, and Nitro drops first. And Simple, I think he's going to die as well. There's extended time now after the bomb goes off. But he does manage to keep it just about. You can see now it's going to be Liquid struggling. But just to reiterate, that fast play towards upper, you know the CTs aren't really expecting it. You chuck it in every now and then. And if you can get those entrance kills like Seas did, spray them down, and they couldn't really reply with the MP9 on the upper side.
Seized with the entrance that started it all.
It was Hiko, so he's got the shotgun, right? So that distance, that's where he gets punished. So they have a very fast play. He hasn't got a position yet. That's for me, that's like, it's quite a nice little thing, and it's his thing, I get that, but if he had an M4 there, he would have got that entrance skill, like, time is up again easily.
Well, with the off save, there are 4 teams to this team. Liquid, Simple starts it off well. Where's the shotgun? We hear it blasting, but it's not getting anything. It's Guardian, Edward, and Flamey. JDM and Nitro, though. Suddenly we've got a contest. Bombs down, and the scope has vision of it. Look at Nitro. He's on the way to the lobby. He's going to drop back down. Sees head can't land. It's 7 HP. As JDM, with a smoke out, has to cower away from that bomb position, and Guardian smartly says, enough of it. I'm going B.
Yeah, good call from there. He's going to be planting on top of the bomb site potentially. No, going to be going behind the side. That's safer, obviously. They don't have any control of ramp. You can plant on top these days, but it's quite rare to see. Very exposed, and this is a nice call. A good mid-round situation for Navi. They get towards lower. They had into where the CTs were, and it's JDM, like I said, coming in from ramp. They weren't sure this would be a risk. They haven't got a kit, but they have got 2 weapons.
Guardian at decontamination, waiting for the angle. Nitro, again, 7 HP. But he slipped by the upper hallway. It's JDM that's going to face this out. Nitro gets seized. There's a chance, but they line up in the low HP. It's Guardian. And once again, we're 11-11.
It's nice play from Guardian. I was going to say, it's an interesting decision to actually be facing the bomb, considering you know they're on a very weak buy. There's a good chance they don't have kits available, and I thought with JDM edging with the AWP, he's going to take him down, but you could see his mentality there. He doesn't even want to give them the opportunity to get the fake defuse going and make it an uncomfortable situation. He wants to have vision of the bomb the entire time, and like he said, they line up for him, and it's a huge round for Navi to win as well. I think that has fully broken the economy of Liquid. They need to kind of address how they're going to have these setups on the other bomb side. The shotguns and the MP7s and stuff isn't really working out too effectively. It's Simple. He's in one of a real weapon, and he's struggling to actually get multiple frags here. It's going to be the full eco this time, and you can see Zeus, he's the one who's going to punish this player now. He gets the Mac 10. He can start spraying down his unarmored opponents. It's going to be Seas to get the first kill. Simple drops, and now to 5 and 4, and Navi, this is their bread and butter. They get the first pick. They can slow the pace right down, stick together, and wait for the mistakes to be made by the CTs.
Seized. Waiting for the secondary push. Elige does spot him up, take a little bit of damage into him. Nothing a good bullet in the collarbone can't fix for Elige as he goes down to 65. That's what I always say. Keep the doctor away, put a bullet in the collarbone, it works. C's going to take a lead when he comes back around again, still trying to get aggressive with that P250.
Yeah, these guys are so patient. A lot of teams, when they know it's a full eco and they've got the first couple of kills, they'll just rush into the bomb site, right? And it's something I hate to see so much. Navi really are the true masters of these anti-eco rounds. They love this. They can get the first couple of picks, use the time, run it right down to like 20 seconds, and they'll go in together, knowing the CTs have nothing to work with. They have no information. And right now, it's Zeus. Doesn't really matter if he drops that Mach 10, so he can be a little bit more aggressive here. Even if it does go down, it's not going to be too effective for the CTs to even pick up here. But damage being done, C's does find Nitro there.
Waiting as well at Squeaky is JDM. Good tag up. He's got a chance here, JDM. Dances well enough to evade the bullets, but Hiko and JDM last two alive. No plant out of this yet. His bomb is slowly going over toward ramp room. The AK picked up no armor. And I said bomb was going ramp. They've actually gone all the way for the wraparound, back up the ladder to the A site. But with the AK now down, Hiko's just going to try and do whatever economic damage he can hope to find in this situation. Up the ladder, didn't get spotted right away by Zeus. Nearly got the jump onto him. 2 HP, but Na'Vi have the lead, and consecutive rounds now on this T side for them. 3 in a row. 4 total.
Indeed, and we'll see whether the money situation isn't fantastic for Liquid, right? They can't really afford the AWP, and we described that and the guys on the desk as well. JDM, he's one of those players, and he has the rifle. He can probably be good for about 1 kill, but he's never really doing anything too impressive. Not like Kenny S or Guardian, like we saw in the first half, can effectively use that weapon and find kills. But it will be 5 M4s, a couple of kits, and they are limited in terms of what they can get in terms of grenades. It's going to be 3 smokes and 1 incendiary. Faster play though from Navi. Not going to be even using the smoke to the start. It's pushing through, trying to get that first pick. Could be very effective as well, considering Guardian's the only sniper on the map.
Counter Molotov, as always, from Liquid to slow Zeus's approach as he blew the door down and tried to flash through. Similar to how you said, it's a little bit slower than the old version, but that was the intention. Look at Edward again, wrapped around, in behind. Nitro's below, but hasn't been spotted. As Edward is all the way to heaven. In fact, Minimap misleading me. Nitro's actually all the way down a control room in the hallway.
Oh, is that right? Okay.
Yeah, that's Nuke, but Hiko is there actually. He does walk back out, catches him off, looking straight up. Brings it back to just a 1-man advantage.
You see Hiko now feeling the burn of the auto shotgun. He said, right, I'm going to get them 4 guys. I'll actually start killing people. It's not really working out for me, but it's Zeus finally killing the lead. 4-on-2 now. And this is why I think it could be a T-sided map in future. That split potential you have, and it's so easy to get towards heaven, and CTs kind of forget that's a possibility sometimes, especially when there's so much aggro. And Hiko doing what he can, finds 2. Gives them a chance there with 3.
Hiko goes absolutely massive. It's Zeus left alive, bomb down. Hiko's trying to get another gun. Zeus is going to go through the window. This could change the angle. And Hiko standing in the open, sees him coming, does go down. It's not done yet. 12 HP. But Hiko, you said it. He goes to the rifle for that reason, and the range game works.
Absolutely. Imagine an auto shotgun in that situation. Had no chance at all. It was Navi looking like a very convincing round for them. 4-on-2. But Hiko, he finds some form with that rifle. Nails 3 of them as well. Such a good play in those clutch situations, and he's just dancing around the bomb site and is landing every shot there. It was the first one above him in heaven that set him up, and you can see Navi trying to react, and they just ran into his crosshair at that point. So it's a big round for them to win and get them back into this series here, because it's 12-12. Another round like that would have broken them if they were to drop it. But Guardian back on the AWP. You can see Liquid. This could mean a double eco they're going forward if they were to lose this round. That's a scout on JDM. I found myself on a leash. No kits. They need to be hunting for a little bit more for frags here, because they're going to struggle when full execution comes in and they start getting flanked from all areas. And they're focusing towards upper. Where's JDM right now? He's actually towards outside of that scout, and Guardian comes to challenge him. Could be in a world of pain here. The wallbang's coming in.
Might as well try it.
Why not?
I think that lines up for headshot box. If I'm not mistaken, yeah, it does. Straight through to the railing behind the boxes. Guardian likes to find spots like that, doesn't he?
He does. He loves wallbang.
Yeah, he's all about it. So 2 smokes behind Red Crate allows secret entrance. They cross over. The flash timing forces JDM to get away from it. Only on the scout for JDM. We saw him do massive damage here before with it, but that was against pistols. This time, the AKs and AWP of Guardian are starting to make their way toward that lower site. Nitro rotating, but it's not the same stance forward in those hallways that we saw from Na'Vi. Lige is on his own for this setup. So 1 and fall back would be the goal. What a shot from Seized as he comes around the corner. Nitro's going to go immediately back to the same position, but they've already gone into the vents. He may not find them. They're wrapping back up. It's upstairs where Hiko again is going to find 2. He'll go down with Ball's drop. He's bought time, and Nitro, yep, I'm here. I'm up the ladder, but Edward doesn't care. He'll pull it back. 2 HP, and a Simple just waits. And Liquid take back the lead at 13 rounds.
The rounds are so tense. It looks like Liquid have checked out of them every single time, but it's Eco saving them. That scrappy exchange was now they decided to go up the vent, even though they had control of low. They found that first kill. You thought, okay, well, at this point, we've got control of low. We've killed someone down here. The CTs have to rotate to us. They've got at the vent and run into the crosshairs of the rotating players. Eco finds 2, round over, and they've broken an Navi once again. It's to be tech down to force buy, in fact. They know the money's over Liquid. They want to strike now, but it's the closing sectors. This could cost them going forward. The auto shotgun's back out, and it's SMGs once more. The money is limited, but it's going to be head armor available for Navi, so as much firepower is available. It's that fast rush once again. Can they hold them off?
Shotgun in for Eco, though. Give the money. He's going to try and use it. This time it works. They walk into it, and Eco finds 3. It's lovely when it works, isn't it? And Elige will close it. 14 rounds for Team Liquid. Their map choice, Nuke. Working so far, but they've got to close this out. I'm not going to mention it. They kind of just did.
I think everyone knows what you're talking about, Matt, but it's going to be Navi now. Liquid are 1 round away from map point. The money is weak. That force buy did not work out for them. Like he said, even at range, the shotgun's doing some serious work there. That's when it works out nicely. They run into you. You can dance around that silo. But round number 27, it's the force buy. So they've got 3 AKs, 2 pistols, a few smokes. That's about it. This is the chance now for Liquid to take things to overtime at least.
JDM not on the AWP this time at outer, but look at Elige and Simple. This is the counter push. They're going to try and get the corner. They're spotted up, but Simple does find Flamey trying to counter peek that information. So they have pushed the T's back. They've got a pick. And JDM, again, didn't have the AWP to play this, hence why they changed it up and tried to bring more support with the rifles out there.
It's a really good idea. It's obviously a lot of teams will be working that outside area with smokes as well. They go aggressive and have so much firepower out there as well. 3 players available. Well, Lee's going to struggle here, but he's got backup from his teammates. JDM finds 1. Edward will take him down, but it is the 4-on-2. The damage has been inflicted. Zeus down to 13 HP. Edward just trying to do what he can here on top of the silo, but he's pretty far removed from the situation. The CDs can just fall back now, but Elise keeps chiming in.
Great play from Elige to just use every angle available to him outside, and what a call from Liquid to go for that 3-watt rifle stance. The support system they had in place, there was no trade potential for Na'Vi.
They're playing to win right now. They don't want to sit back and allow Navi to work the pick. They want to go take the game towards them. This is really good assertive stuff. They want to make sure they get the round number 15. They do it with style as well. Just Zeus remaining now. Has not got the bomb. That's in the outside position, but he's going to go towards lower. Not really that much time available, so I'm not sure the objective is here. I guess save the AK. Money is in disarray, but he's been spotted. 13 HP. Nitro finishes him off with the MP7. Oh, it's the MP9, sorry.
MP whatever. MP 15 rounds Liquid. And very little money in terms of a full buy for Na'Vi. Going to force, obviously, with whatever they can.
Indeed. But you said it, Matt. Liquid are famed for not being able to close out games, especially in the high-pressure situations on the big stage. They made it to the semi-final in Columbus, but they met their makers against Luminosity, now SK, in 2 very close maps.
JDM does have the AWP this time. He'll play in the big garage. Elige at mini, watching that squeaky door. That's where there's been a lot of pressure. Crowd's warming up.
They want out.
Cologne, you're always known for it. Not this roar, because Liquid, they want to try and close this and bring on Cobblestone. We knew this series was going to be promising. It's delivering. Double smoke out again at Red Crate. They don't put the first one in, though. This is something that Na'Vi hasn't done, so Elige can actually try and control this, but he fears the push and puts a smoke on the corner himself, and JDM going down, though. A good start. It's one of the 2 rifles, one of the Glils, but the second one's gone. Elige finds C's. And he's going to drop down as Simple has that stairwell covered off. Nitro here as well in control. There's a lot of pressure here. They know they've given up ramp, so good call, good read assessment from Liquid, and Elige getting Guardian. It's all starting to come together as Nitro gets Flamey. It's just Zeus and Edward left. Bomb grabbed again by Zeus just inside that door as Edward. He's going to go look elsewhere to see if there's openings because they have to get that down. They have to make this work, and they've got to do it quickly. 46 seconds. Good pick to find onto Hiko. And that's the opening they might need for the rotation. It's already come back toward the A site. Elige low. Nitro with him, though. Both trying to come back through from the ladder position. Simple's at mini. He can't go early. He's got to slow this and wait. Nitro's going to try and rotate back from secret so as not to have 2 men coming up the ladder. But Elige has actually gone the other direction on all of this and gotten inside. Toxic lower in case they rotate back. He's got the low HP. Remember, he can't afford to get aggressive. He now knows it has to rotate away. And they're going to wait. No need to overcommit to this Liquid. They've got kits to work with. They've spotted up Simple. Nitro tries to counter peek to Sodas to protect his teammate, but it is a shot from Edward. 2 versus 4 pulled back on a good team play as they allowed Edward to get the information. Zeus just not peeking at Edward. He's brought this down to just Elige. Just Nitro as Elige goes. Nitro's in with the AK. He knows they're both there, but they're buying so much time. He's got the kit picked up. He's got one. It's Edward to find, and Nitro's got them both. It's going to be Liquid forcing out Cobblestone.
They've done it. Map number 2 goes in favor of Liquid. What a play from Nitro. He's had a great series.